This is a Pressful Conversation podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Layback Corey. I got a special guest on the show. He's a professional boxing prospect from Toledo, Ohio. He's 6-0, 6 wins, no losses, with 2 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, Antwan, the Lunchman Jr. Jones. What's up, dog?
What's good, big dog? What's good, Corey?
Not much, man.
I can't call him.
So, for the people out there that don't know who the Lunchman Jones is, explain to us who you are.
Man, I'm a dedicated fighter, man. Just I'm standing at it one step at a time, man. I'm a patient fighter, man. I'm growing, I'm learning. I'm learning on the job, and a lot of these guys, I feel like they're in trouble. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. They're in trouble. I'm getting better, and I feel like in a minute, man, a few more fights, man, I'm gonna be electric, man. It's gonna be electrifying. A lot of people are gonna be like, man, who is that dude?
So why boxing?
Man, I was a basketball player at first. I was a basketball player. I was all city. I grew up playing basketball all my life, and it's only 300 slots in the NBA. You gotta be phenomenal to get to the NBA. I don't care, the 12th man on the bench, he a phenomenal player in the NBA.
That is.
So boxing, so boxing, anybody, I come from a fighting family, so it's bred in me. So I mean, that was the next best thing, and I fell in love with it.
So you say a fighting family. Who was a fighter? Who was some of the fighters in your family?
My dad, man. My dad is a legend in Toledo. That's where I got the nickname Lunchman from. Lunchman Jr. from. When I say, you see, like my dad is was built kind of like Jared Anderson. Real slick like that. Even back in the 90s. Real slick like that. Real punching power. Rest in peace, though. My father got killed.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
So that's what, and then my uncles, all my aunties, street fighters, everybody. If you're in Toledo, you know about my family. They'll tell you that his family they just rugged.
So
on both sides, though.
Can you remember the first day that you ever walked in the boxing gym and put on gloves?
Say that again?
Do you remember the first day when you first walked in the boxing gym and put on gloves? How was it for you then?
When I first walked in the boxing gym and put on gloves, I maybe was 11 years old when I first went in the boxing gym and put on some gloves. I really didn't think nothing of it. I didn't really think that. Like I said, I played basketball and football growing up, so I didn't really think nothing of it.
Mm-hmm.
But my uncles, I had uncles that my uncle was for 10 years in the penitentiary. He was the champion for 10 years. Back in the days they used to fight back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
In prison. And he was the champion at 147 for 10 years. So I had a hell of a 1-2 because that's all he did with me. 1-2.
So do they have?
But I never thought.
So did that have a great effect on you now in boxing?
Absolutely. That 1-2, man. That's my let me get you off me shot, and it's quick. Cause it's muscle memory,
Absolutely. So for the fans out there, explain to them how was your first amateur fight?
My first amateur fight, like I said, my dad is a legend in Toledo. Like when I say it's like folklore. So my first fight it was big because I can't lose. I can't lose. When your dad is a legend and the fight was in Toledo, you can't lose.
Yeah.
So you got everybody coming to the fight. You got everybody coming to the fight. You're my friends, my people from my neighborhood, people, my dad friends. You know, they treating this like, let's see if he just as good as his dad.
Yeah, it can be that. So for the people out there just listening, this is the Press for Conversation podcast. I got my special guest on today, Antwan the Lunchman Jr. Jones from Toledo, Ohio. He's a boxing prospect. He's a professional boxing prospect. He has 6 wins, no losses with 2 KOs. Now you turned pro February 16, 2019. How was that for you?
It was bittersweet because it was sweet, but then it was like bitter because, like I said, I'm learning on the job still as an amateur. But you know, I was number 2, number 3 ranked amateur for 3 years straight. You know, I'm working my butt off trying to get to on Team USA because, you know, you get on Team USA, you pretty much you traveling with them, you learning new stuff, and you dang near guaranteed to automatically get signed. You know, so with that being said, your following is gonna be people. The promoter's gonna gravitate towards you. So it was like, dang man, I got to turn pro, and I ain't get on Team USA. So, but I beat a lot of them guys. So I'm like, man, my coach, Big Rob was like, you know, it's time to turn pro. You know, we was having trouble beating the number 1 fighter. We fought him twice, and then we fought another guy, Raheem Gonzalez, who was on the Olympic team right now. We fought him. I couldn't beat the number 1 guy. So he was like, man, they beat you twice already, so it's gonna be tough for you to beat them in front of the Team USA, in front of the committee eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because them guys already on the team.
So let's talk about your last fight you just had February 27th against Ferris Golden. I see it was unanimous decision. You fought at super middleweight. The fight was very impressive. Yeah. I think it was very impressive. I think you started to break him down mentally and physically, especially with that jab. So yeah. Let's talk about. Did you feel how was training camp?
Training camp was, man. It was, like I said, it was the longest. It was the longest time. It was the longest one I ever did, man. It was 8 weeks. Like when I say, man, it gets to the point where you going to work out 2 times a day. Mm-hmm. It don't take a toll on your body, but mentally, you know, you dang near blocking yourself off from the entire world. Mm-hmm. You know, so it was tough because, man, so Big Rob and them had a friend that they was friends with. We added him to our coaches. So he would wake up with me every morning, and he basically conditioned me, man. Like my jab, we throw 1,000 jabs every day. So that's why the jab was on fire like that.
Yeah, it was hard as hell. I'm glad you didn't hit me with that jab. God damn. Especially being a super middleweight. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm glad you didn't hit me with that damn jab. But you know what? I thought about making
I would run. He would have me run he would have me run 4 miles with a dumbbell in my left hand. Every day. Every day.
You know what? I thought about turning pro. With a fat belly and all. I thought about turning pro in my dreams, though.
Which I can't. Your phone was breaking. I'm sorry. Say it again.
I said I thought about turning pro with this fat belly. I thought about turning pro in my dreams, though.
Right. Well, hey, what weight class would you go rumble at?
Double heavyweight.
What weight class? That's super heavy. You know they got the super heavy now.
Well, mine will be super extra heavyweight.
Super extra heavyweight. You a silly dude.
Yeah. So, are you going to continue to fight at super middleweight, or you think about going down in weight?
Me, that's been a discussion for the last. I said for my past 2 fights. Because I can make that weight so easy. Like I be shed. Like sometimes, if I don't really eat nothing, or not even eat nothing, if I don't like overeat, like I just keep shedding weight. So like it'll be nothing. So it's been a discussion. It's been a discussion between me and my coaches.
Okay.
If I could go down or not, how they feel about me going down. So it has been a discussion about going to 160.
So let's talk about this fight you got March 27th. What can we see new in that fight?
My rounds going up. So my last fight was my last 4 rounds. That was my last fight at 4 rounds. I fought six fights at 4 rounds, and for me, that's not good. It's really not a good thing for me to fight 4 rounds because I'm like I said, I like to break people fighters down with the jab. So, I lose a round, I gotta play catch up. I can't lose no rounds. I can't sit back or do nothing. I want to bounce around the ring. I want to jab you. I want to see where I can pick my spots at. So this next fight is gonna be six rounds. So, man, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be with the power I got. That, like I said, I only got 2 knockouts because I got to fight so fast. I really can't sit down on my shots. So with this 6th round, I can take my time, break a man down. It don't matter who it is, man. In the 4th, 5th round, you're gonna be tired. Cause I'm telling you, only got 2 knockouts, but I promise you, people they don't want to. Once they feel his power, they get away from it. They get away from it because it's real. So with this next fight, man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a KO.
Well, one thing for sure, I'm glad it's not my ass. I'm glad you don't have to keep kicking on me. So I'm glad I'm out of that. I'm out of that safe zone department. Now, which fighter do you enjoy watching? Do you enjoy looking at like, I want to either fight him or I want to be just like him?
You said which fighter do I sit back and say I would want to be just like?
Yes, you either want to be like him or you want to fight him.
That's tough, man. That's tough. I'm honestly say, but man, I'm gonna tell you who I really like. Is man, James Toney.
That's one of my favorites too, James Toney. Yep.
I like JT, man. Lights out, man. I love him. A real dog.
If you had the opportunity to fight somebody today, who would you want to fight?
If I had the opportunity to fight somebody today, retired or right now, or active fighters.
That's active.
Man, why not Canelo?
Yeah.
Why not?
Canelo. Now, would you think you would stop? Would you stop Canelo, or will you unanimous decision?
I'm a numbers type of guy. I believe in numbers. Numbers don't lie. Nobody's ever knocked Canelo out. He's never even been on the canvas before. So no.
It's the first time for everything.
What'd you say now?
It's the first time for everything.
It is, but like I said, if I go in there and fighting, I wouldn't go in there and thinking and say, hey, I'm gonna knock him out. It is the first time for everything, but a man that fought 60 times and he never been on the canvas as a pro. Let's not think about his amateur career.
Right. Well, the lunchman can take his lunch money. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? I don't put it past me. I don't put it past. It might sound crazy right now, but I can see myself. I can see that fight happening one day, honestly, because if you go look back on my amateur career, all the top dogs, man, I shocked them. I shocked a lot of people, man. O'Teeth Overton. I'm not just. I listen, and I don't want to, because I don't know who might hear this, anything. But I just shocked a lot of guys that's on the Olympic team that been on Team USA. So it's possible. Me and my camp really looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, I mean, who would want to get in one of the best pound for pound fighters? I done
lost to a few of them too. What'd you say?
Who would want to get in there with one of the best pound for pound fighters of this era of boxing? Who wouldn't want to get in there with him?
Right. Exactly.
You know what?
Exactly. You know,
I would like to see you.
Fame, for the
I would like to see you fight Demetrius Andrade.
Demetrius Andrade?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That would be a weird fight because for one, he's a weird fighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me, I got certain movements that other boxers don't got because, like I said, I come from a boxing background. So that'd be a weird fight, you know, because my unorthodox style in some manners, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Which in his style is unorthodox. He got a weird style. And he's southpaw. But you know what? I'm undefeated against southpaws.
Oh, okay. I hear you. Okay, I hear you.
I'm undefeated against southpaw. I love fighting him. Guess I love fighting him. I fight him the way Roy Jones fight him. Everybody else step to the outside. I step to the inside when I fight southpaws. I jab to the inside. I parlay jab, and I step over and shoot my right hand to the inside. I go fight to the inside when I fight southpaws.
Ooh, okay, I hear you. So look, I'm gonna ask you this question, then I'm gonna let you go because I know you're a busy guy. You got a busy schedule. Coming from Ohio,
my kids.
Coming from Ohio, you got great fighters like Jerry Anderson, Albert Bell, yourself, and Sean Porter. Sean Porter's from Ohio.
Yeah, Sean Porter from Ohio.
He's from Ohio. So, but coming from the state of Ohio, do you think it's going to be harder in the boxing game, or you think it's going to be easy now that you got all them guys like Adrian Bruner, Robert Eastern, and all them good guys, and Rasheed Warren from Ohio? Do you think it's easier for you to break through the game now that those guys have gave ups in boxing?
I don't think it's gonna be any different. I don't think it's gonna be any different for no man when it comes to boxing. If you don't got talent, they not, you only gonna get paid with your talent worth. So if you got talent, they gonna see you. But they made it. I'm gonna say this because, and even here, you know, we together, but we not together. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
It's not like. It's not.
Oh, you breaking up? What you say?
Like one, not like somebody else saying, "Hey, I'm gonna pull you up." It's not like that. Or I said with them being on that level that they only pull me up in Ohio. I don't think so. Maybe E-Bunny and Bronner, but nobody else pulls each other up. Which is, I'm not gonna say it's sad, but I feel like it should be more. People should help each other out and say, "Hey, I got this. We got to," and there, but it's not like that. But what it does is it shines a light on Ohio. So if you are talented, then you gonna get that call.
Okay.
All you gotta do now here. What'd you say?
No, go ahead.
Here, all you gotta do is All you gotta do is win. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is win.
That's true. For the people out there that are just watching,
and you're gonna get noticed.
For the people out there that are just watching, this is the Press for Conversation podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Layback Corey, and I got a guest on today, professional boxing prospect, Antwan the Lunchman Jr. Jones. He's, like I said, he's from Toledo, Ohio. He has 6 victories with 2 KOs with no losses. Make sure y'all check him out. So, Antwan, is there any social media outlets me and the fans can get a hold of to get to see who the real Lunchman Jr. is?
Yes. Follow me on Facebook at Antwan Jones, ANTWAN Jones. Then on Instagram, Lunchman_Jr.
All righty.
Follow me there, man. Everybody tune in, man. I try to put on, I try to keep my fans, I try to keep them in tune. I try to keep them in tune with my lifestyle, because the fans is what really matter the most, so.
Yep. And make sure y'all check out his fight, y'all, March the 27th. Make sure you check him out. Yeah. It's going to be a great treat. Other than that, man, thank you for being on the show, man. We appreciate you, man. Peace.
No, thank you, Corey. I appreciate you.
For sure, man. All right, now.
All right, bro.